Oh, rats! That's right, we are surrounded by rats on this week's episode of the Animal Rescuers.
The Animal Rescuers has been adopted by Pet Planet. There is nothing more important to us than your pet's health.
How in the world did you get involved?
I initially got involved with rats when I was looking for a pet. I wanted something inexpensive, interactive, and that I could pet. So I did my research and I found that ferrets were expensive, have some odor to them, a lot of upkeep. And what really led me to the rats was when I went to pet stores to ask them, whether it was the owner, the person who worked there, of the small mammals, which do you recommend as the best pet? Never once did I get a different answer than the rat.
So this is something that they recommended. Then when did you make that decision to make it happen?
I still needed to do some research. I certainly took what they said into consideration, but I came from the same background that we all did. And it wasn't a warm, fuzzy feeling when it was first presented to me either. I felt uncomfortable with their tails. If you don't know the use of the tail, which is for balance and for heat exchange, very important. But without knowing it, the design of the tail looked to me kind of like its own little burp. I wasn't comfortable with it. So, but like many things with humans, you learn to be comfortable with certain attributes. So I did a little more research, looked into the rabbits and the hamsters and all the typical things, and found that the bottom line was the rats were still more unique, more interactive, and more social. Much to my surprise, not all rats were gray. I thought they were all one color. They're not. Pet rats, in fact, come in a variety of colors and a mix of colors.
So you get this rat. How do you go from being a pet owner to an animal rescuer of rats?
Okay, through the internet, I found an organization called the Rat Fan Club in it's in California, and that lady has membership all around the world. One of the local members who had started the rescue had gotten my information, asked me to be part of a fundraiser for educating people about rats. I went, I helped with doing some crafts with kids. I brought my own rat for display, and that's how I met the people that initially started Any Rat Rescue.
So obviously there's a difference between the rats that you find on your roof or creeping in the garbage than the rats that you have. So what is the difference?
Pet rats are a completely different species. Go by a different name, scientifically different, probably wouldn't even mate with rats in the wild. They have been bred as pets, very social, very comfortable with humans, very curious. Of all the small pets, they bite the least. I've never seen a rat bite the vet, and who wouldn't want to bite the doctor every now and then with what they do.
So how do you tell the difference? I mean,
coloring,
okay.
Initially. A rat in the wild is not going to be white or any light color because they're going to be too available for predators. Many pet rats are white or a combination of white and black, white and tan, white and gray, white and a mix of colors. So patterns and color would be initially what you would be able to tell the difference with.
So the difference is if you see a wild rat, it's not going to come up to you. But if it is indeed a pet and it needs rescued, it will come over?
Yes. We even have people from New York who say that.
How do we help the rat rescue?
All sorts of ways. Of course, money is always great. Also, we're looking for sewers to sew hammocks for the rats because they like to sleep in them. We're always looking for quarantine and foster homes. We don't have a facility, so homes that can take in a few rats is a great way to have a pet or try a new type of pet. We supply all the materials and give support. So we can save as many pets as space as we have in foster homes. And I manage a group of foster homes all over the valley. So taking care of them is great. Tabling for us at events, something as short as a couple hours a week, going to either a bookstore or a major pets chain, sitting with the rats, giving out some brochures, information, just sharing the information, sharing the experience of holding a pet rat. Most people have not. Many people are fearful, and we help people get over that fear all the time. It's really nice.
Because I think you're going to help me get over mine. Because I believe we're going to see rats next.
Yes, we are.
And how about one of those hammocks? Can I get one?
Yes.
Might need it for after the show.
Wait till you see the colors and the professional sewing.
Oh, great.
Do you trust the food you feed? At Pet Planet, our commitment is to helping our customers navigate through the confusing world of pet food, reading ingredient panels, asking critical questions about manufacturing and ingredient quality. Our pets rely on us to make the very best decisions we can for their health, happiness, and longevity. Pet Planet is here as your partner in pet health because there's nothing more important to us than your pet's health.
Welcome back to the Animal Rescuers, adopted by Pet Planet.
Ha-doodle, ho-doodle, ho-doodle, ho-ee-dee.
So this is the rat room.
Well, this is my bedroom that I share with the rats, who do have their own home, but because I've supervised them and I know that they can do okay and they need a lot of stimulation mentally and physically, I do let them run in here 12 to 24 hours a day.
You want me to shut the door?
Sure.
Okay.
That way they
And
stay in
who's
here.
this young lady?
This is my daughter, Jenna,
Hi,
who also
Jenna.
likes the rats. She's holding Siam.
So she's your babysitter
Yes,
for the rat.
the rat sitter.
The rat sitter.
Yes. This is Snowball.
Oh, what's wrong with his ear?
He's missing one ear.
Why? Hi, Snowball.
My understanding from the surrender home is that his mom removed it. My guess is it was either injured or defective. So mom took care of that when he was a baby. And so you see he's mostly white with dark eyes. Some do have red or pink eyes.
This is the closest to a rat I've ever been without screaming.
Snowball is really, really sweet.
But he's cute.
He's very
Snowball.
cute. And he likes to give hugs. He's such a good boy.
Well, you
Such a
make
good
them
boy.
please into the touch. This is beautiful.
He's a good looking boy.
Very cute. So the difference between this rat and a roof rat, right now looking at it aesthetically, what would be?
Color.
The coloring, number one.
Yes, this color would never make it in the wild.
Okay.
Also, he has a pattern. He has some what's called a goody coloring here. It's a mix of kind of cinnamon and black and gray, just right in there.
And the other kind of rats are a solid dark color.
They're either a solid dark color or they might have this agouti color. The pack rat very much looks like this coloring, but throughout. And a pack rat's facial features are a little different. Smaller snout, bigger eyes, bigger nose. It took a little while for me to tell the difference, but now it's really easy.
And that tail really is long.
They can be
I
long.
mean, very long.
It's very important to their functioning, though.
I know. And
Very
I'm
important.
happy that it works for you.
Would you like to try to hold Snowball?
Okay.
Just remember 2 hands. Keep him steady. He might squirm a little bit.
Okay.
And the closer you hold him to you, and he may sit on your shoulder a little bit, or you could do a one hand like this.
Okay.
His nails might be a little bit sharp if you're not used to it, but if he stays on your cloth, you're okay. Or I could get
I
you
think
a
I'll be
cut.
fine. Okay, this is a first. Oh my goodness.
Isn't he soft?
Oh, he's very soft. I'm not your mommy, but it's okay. Hello, how are you? It's nice to meet you. It's nice. Oh, he's on my feet. There you go. There you go. Okay. how is PAC 911 affiliated with this rescue?
Okay, we are members of PAC 911, which is an awesome organization because they, first of all, coordinate events for adoption. For example, we don't have the wherewithal to look for sponsorship, a place, or market for a large event. What PAC 911 does is they do all the coordinating and marketing for adoption event. And then there may be anywhere between 40 to 60 rescues at one particular event. They do an awesome job with advertising.
Right. Would you get your little buddy to come out of there and say, come on out of there?
I can. Oh, Snowball, you're not helping. Okay, I know that you're excellent climbers. I know that.
They won't come
I
out.
know that.
If we hold this up, can Cory look in there?
He probably could. With enough respect and attention, they really can be as affectionate, interesting, entertaining, and interactive as most cats and dogs. Some learn their names, some will come when called. When I come into the room, they will often come greet me. It's very fascinating to watch them problem solve because they have a very high intelligence level. And I've had over 20 rats, and I can tell you honestly, not a single one has even been like another one. They're that different.
The first Pet Planet store opened in 1996 after the devastating loss of our Cocker Spaniel to cancer. What we learned then about pet health was eye-opening. The food and the treats that we were giving him did not support his immune system and may have actually harmed him. Pet Planet was established to be a community resource, a store that offers only the healthiest products and the best knowledge on pet health issues. At Pet Planet, there is nothing more important to us than your pet's health.
You can be a part of the animal rescuers also, making a difference for the animals and bringing your business to center stage. Become a sponsor for the show. Ad rates are very low for the summer, so now is the time to jump on board. And you can be an animal rescuer too. Make the call.
Welcome back to the Animal Rescuers, adopted by Pet Planet. Autumn and her puppies were found neglected in a dark closet in an abandoned apartment. Despite the terrible treatment she received before arriving at ABC, Autumn is a people lover who has plenty of hugs for everyone. Autumn enjoys snuggling quietly or running vigorously around the yard playing with her toys.
Booster is one of my dogs. He, in fact, does not wait for his food. So today, I'm going to show you how easy it is to get your dog to wait for its food and to show what you can expect to get your dog to wait for its food. Last week's training tip was crating, teaching your dogs how to crate. And I mentioned in that segment last week, that we were going to feed the dogs in their crates just to make sure that the crate ends up being a happy place for the dogs. So if they're getting their food in there, which most dogs enjoy eating food, if they're eating their food in there, it makes it a happy place. So today we're gonna show, or Booster's gonna show, how to wait for your food. He's already crate trained. So let's say we've already crate trained our dog this week or got them acclimated to the crate. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put some kibbles or treats into the bowl of food. And he's waiting in his crate. And I'm going to go to put the food bowl down. When I go to put the food bowl down, he's gonna try to get it. When he tries to get it, all I'm simply going to do is to take it away from him. And you notice I'm not saying anything to him. I could say no, but again, I want it to be his idea that he waits for his food. He goes to get it. I have to release him to get his food. So I put the food bowl down and I want to be able to take my hand away from the food bowl also. Good boy, okay, good boy. And I would also like him to look at me. He was a little conflicted at staring at his food bowl versus looking at me, and then he ended up looking at me through the tops of his eyes. So I'm gonna give him another opportunity. So I might put half of his food in there and then let them eat it, and then put the other half of the food in there and do the same thing again. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, free. Good. And then I release him to his food. It's a very, very simple thing to do. And a lot of people don't do it. And my thing is with waiting for their food, it's such an easy way for me to be in control without having to physically force my dog into doing something. Stay tuned to the animal rescuers for next week's training tip from Villa La Paws, which is going to be having your dog demonstrate self-control in some exercises you can do to get your dog to show self-control.
Do you trust the food you feed? At Pet Planet, our commitment is to helping our customers navigate through the confusing world of pet food, reading ingredient panels, asking critical questions about manufacturing and ingredient quality. Our pets rely on us to make the very best decisions we can for their health, happiness, and longevity. Pet Planet is here as your partner in pet health because there's nothing more important to us than your pet's health.
It started out like a totally normal day.
I love you.
I mean, I guess I was a little sweaty and I was definitely sore. I thought I had gas. Turns out I was having a heart attack. Heart disease is the #1 killer of American women. So now I take care of my heart and I tell the women in my life to do the same.
Sounds great, by the way.
That's nice, sweetie, but that's not my heart. That is. Find out more from the American Heart Association at goredforwomen.org.
Hi, I'm Jen, and this is your Pet Planet Pet Tip of the Week. This week, we're going to talk about something fun for your cat. As cat guardians, many of you have probably heard of or seen products that contain catnip and honeysuckle. But do you really understand the science behind these? Provided a cat is genetically predisposed to respond to catnip, it will drop its single-minded pursuits and go gaga for a pinch of catnip. The results of catnip exposure are often dramatic and very humorous. One cannot observe catnip's remarkable and sudden effect on cat behavior without suspecting that something chemical is to blame. In fact, that is true. The key to catnip-induced friskiness is a compound called nepentolactone. Nepentolactone is one of the several compounds known to initiate the classic catnip response sequence: sniffing, licking, chewing, followed by head shaking, body and head rubbing, and repeated head over heels rolling. Did you know, until they are around 3 months old, cats are actually indifferent to catnip. Many adult cats, unfortunately, will never develop catnip sensitivity. Catnip is a member of the mint family of plants. Its cousins include basil, oregano, and spearmint. The leaves, stems, and seed pods of catnip are covered with microscopic bulbs which store the essential oil until they reach maturity and burst. That essential oil is contained inside the fragile bulbs, may explain why cats are seen rubbing up against and even chewing the leaves. Cats gain nothing by ingesting the leaves, but chewing the leaves will rupture the tiny packets of oil and release nepentolactone into the air. Catnip is available in bags, canisters, as sprays, or in toys. Honeysuckle is another great option to consider for your cat. There are many different species of honeysuckle, and the honeysuckle shrub contains a chemical similar to the active ingredient in catnip. Like catnip though, not all cats will respond to honeysuckle, so you need to try both options to see which one your cat prefers most. Cats have a response similar to that of catnip. You may see rubbing the toy along the face, licking the toy, rolling the toy, wrestling with the toy held between the paws. Honeysuckle can be given in wood chip form, as twigs or sticks, as a spray, or also enclosed within a toy. Stay tuned each week for another Pet Planet Pet Tip. More of the Animal Rescuers coming right up.
You can be a part of the Animal Rescuers also, making a difference for the animals and bringing your business to center stage. Become a sponsor for the show. Ad rates are very low for the summer, so now is the time to jump on board. And you can be an animal rescuer too. Make the call.
Welcome back to the Animal Rescuers, adopted by Pet Planet.
We were invited to a baby shower. Arizona Animal Welfare League held a fundraiser for money and food donations for the puppies and kittens, and it was a grand success. These are the people that help do the work for these creatures, big and small. Now it's your turn. This is Kimberly reminding you, adopt, donate, volunteer, spay and neuter, and you can be an animal rescuer too. See you next time. I know, that's how I feel when I have to work with Cory too.
So what you basically did is you used to work with a rat.
One of the most what? Throw some can into their kibble. They'll love it.